Hey, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I do have something on my mind that I want to share today. I am going to take a slight turn from what we've been discussing in the previous videos. I've done several that are more individual in nature. So, if you specifically, and this one in a sense is individual, and at the same time, it's also relational. It's kind of a combination of the two. So, I will just jump right in. What's on my heart right now is we've been lied to. Our culture has instilled in us this idea, and I don't know when it happened, but I'll say it's probably been within the last 15 to 20 years, probably 20 or more years, that our culture has put in our mindset sameness, that we're supposed to be the same. We are not supposed to be the same. We are not designed to be the same. We're not robots, we're individuals. And as individuals, we each have unique qualities and unique characteristics that make us who we are. That being said, this idea in our culture of sameness has permeated in the way that we expect others to respond and react the same way that we do. Our expectations are not being met because we don't know how to honestly interact with other people because this lie has been instilled in us from a very young age. I noticed within elementary schools, it got to the place where all of the students had to have the exact same pencil, the exact same notebook, the exact same, everything has to be bland. And it got to the place where you couldn't excel at anything. You have to be the same because somebody else might get upset if you excel. That's not reality. And in fact, that's setting our children and the generation that we're seeing that's coming into adulthood, that's setting them up for failure because they're realizing that in reality, in the workforce and in real life, they are expected to do something that sets them apart from everybody else. And let me tell you what it is that bothers me. A couple years ago, my oldest daughter said to me that she felt like it's wrong for someone to say they're better than someone else. And I thought to myself, that is the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Of course, we're supposed to be better at something than someone else. It is those unique qualities in us that make us what we're supposed to be. We're each supposed to offer something to this world. So if you are somebody who's, struggling with that, you feel like somebody's better at something than you are, or you feel inferior, you feel let down because you're looking at other people and you're wondering, then I encourage you to spend some time in the mirror figuring out what it is about you that makes you special, what it is about you that sets you apart. It's not realistic for us to be the same. We're not supposed to be. And this sets us up when it comes to relationships, right? Because we carry these ideas, these thoughts over into our relationships. We have failed expectations, because we're not sharing those expectations. We're expecting the other person to automatically know what our expectations are. That's also unrealistic. We cannot expect the ones in our inner circle to automatically know what it is that we need or what it is that we want in these relationships. We have to be honest and we have to be open in what it is that we expect. If we can't do that, again, I encourage you to go back to the drawing board, go back and see what it is about you that makes you special, what it is about you that needs to be able to be vulnerable with the other person. Vulnerability is something we're not good at in this culture. That's another lie that we've been told, that strength is bottling everything up and not expressing ourselves well. And so for that reason, we fail to communicate the way that we need to in our personal relationships as well as in our business relationships. And these things they're not working well. We're seeing the offshoots of that now. We're seeing a chaotic culture, and a lot of it has to do with we're afraid to be set aside, afraid to be special, we're afraid to be unique, we're afraid to be ourselves, and because we don't communicate what our expectations are. The other thing that I want to add to that is that almost all of us, I'm going to say all of us, have experienced some form of trauma in our lives. And that trauma also speaks back to our inability to be be free to be who we truly are meant to be. We hide behind and we're still ashamed of those things. So if there's something in your life that you are afraid to share, and I do want to add the caveat that you want to be careful who you share your trauma with, right? You need it to be somebody who's going to be able to receive it and able to sit with you in you sharing that. At the same time, though, you don't need to hide behind shame and fear anymore. If you've experienced trauma, especially severe trauma, then you need to go speak with somebody so that you can then figure out what it is about you that allows you to be who you are and sets you free to be who you are in this world. All right. Since these are short videos, I do have to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope this is helpful for you. Until next time, be blessed.